Can you believe it? Almost the entire world is being quarantined at this time. Isn't this crazy? Hi, I'm Camille Dawn Tirza. I'm a medical weight loss and nutrition specialist. I work with physicians here in South Florida, and I want to share with you ways that you can boost your immune system, especially during this time of virus crisis. I know, isn't this really kind of frightening? But let's not be scared. We're going to make sure that we're healthy all the way through this. So several years ago, I lost over 100 pounds. I was featured on People magazine, interviewed by Robin Roberts of Good Morning America, and highlighted on ET for this accomplishment. And these tips that I share with you are the same tips that not only boosted my immune system, but also helped improve my metabolism, and which helped me lose the weight. So these tips are not anything I came up with. They are approved by the CDC, by the American Diabetes Association, and by the FDA. So you always want to check with your doctor before you do anything different, even when it comes to drinking water, which is the first tip, okay? So we want to stay hydrated. A couple reasons why we want to, especially during this time of virus crisis, is because the more drier you are, the more dehydrated you are, the more prone you are going to be to not only getting the virus, but also spreading it. When you're dry, you're going to cough more. So we don't want to do that and harm other people. Another reason is you're probably taking lots of vitamins, nutrients, vitamin C and all that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure that you drink lots of water because you want to make sure that these nutrients are well distributed through your body. We have to feed our cells. Our cells are part of our immune system. They do the fighting for us. So if our cells are not hydrated and our organs are not working appropriately because we're dehydrated, then we're going to not be able to fight off the virus as easily as we could if we were stronger, right? So that's mainly two reasons why we want to stay hydrated. And as far as how much water to drink, this right here is about 27 ounces. This is my third one, so I've already drank 2 today. So I want to make sure that I drink this before I go to bed. Now, I'm just like you, stuck in my apartment, trying to figure this out. And if you hear airplanes, I'm thinking like, aren't they're supposed to be canceling some of the flights? They've been going crazy. In fact, I think they're flying more now than they did before. Anyway, I'm not gonna go there. We're all doing our part for social distancing, right? Okay, on to step 2. So another way is to make sure you get leafy green vegetables. That's easier said than done. A lot of times people don't even know which ones to eat, or they're not really good at planning their meals. So this book is called The Diabetes Meals by the Plate. I love this book. This was a gift to me. I was coaching someone online, and they wanted to send me this book to help them kind of come up with ways to help them meal plan and help it with their diet and everything. And what I really like about it is that it's supporting what the American Diabetes Association says about eating more fruits and vegetables, mainly vegetables. We don't want to overdo it on fruit because, of course, fruit does have sugar. It has fiber. It's really natural. However, we still want to kind of keep that down a little bit, but we do want to fill up with green leafy vegetables. So what the American Diabetes Association suggests is that we eat half of our plate vegetables, a fourth of our plate the starch, the good, the stuff that we think is good stuff, right? Potatoes, rice, macaroni and cheese, all that kind of stuff. If you're going to eat it, a fourth of the plate. And then a fourth of your plate is going to be your protein. Now, don't fret. It's animal protein is here, but if you don't eat animal protein, you can substitute that with a plant-based protein. But following this healthy plate model, it can help you anywhere. It can help you in a restaurant. It can help you at your family's house, your friend's house. You go to a party. Just always make sure that the majority of what you're eating is fresh leafy vegetables, because that's what's going to help repair our cells so that we can fight disease, colds, flus, and stuff like that. The third thing, which most doctors recommend, is to make sure that we have a healthy gut system, right? That's our intestines. Now, our intestines have both good and bad bacteria. When the bad bacteria is overgrown, we get sick. How do you know? Is some of the signs that you have a poor balance of what they call healthy bacterial flora is that you may be sick all the time. You may have lots of headaches, lots of colds. You may have acne if you're younger, or even adult acne. You could be having mood swings, depression. They've linked that. There's a lot of studies that say that your mood and your focus and your, as far as your feelings and your depression and all that starts in your gut. Can you believe that? And people that have Crohn's disease, IBS, I'm not saying that overgrowth is probably the problem, because it's more technical and more complicated than that, but we want to make sure that the balance is there. It's a foundation, right? So people take probiotics, it's good bacteria, different ways. And you can take it with pills. They usually have them refrigerated at usually health food stores. You can also get it with your food. Some people want to get it with their food. Now, this is a yogurt that the only one that was left on the shelf. Everybody took all the good stuff that has no sugar. So I got this because I knew I was going to do this video. I knew I wanted to share this with you. The reason why I don't choose this one is because it's 18 grams of sugar. So that's some of the problem with using yogurt. Even with the Greek, just the real plain Greek yogurt with nothing added, the sugars are still there. And sometimes I do have problems with dairy, and you might have that too. So that's one way that it may not be always the best way. Another reason too, it's vegetable bacteria. So it comes from, more vegetative state, and they have found through studies that it doesn't go past the juices in your stomach, the acids in your stomach as well. So most of it's killed through your stomach, and by the time it gets to your intestines, it's not working very well. However, it's one of the ones that people use. Another one is Kefir. Kefir is a combination of milk, and it also, the bacteria is coming from a grain. So that fermentation turns into the good microorganisms, and it comes from a grain. So they mix the two together. This one's a little stronger, so you can drink it, or I make salad dressing with it. I think, because I like creamy dressings, but I don't want the fat and I don't want the sugar. So it does have some protein. There are some carbs here, but it's not that bad. It's a natural sugar. So once again, you guys hear the plane. Sorry. But it's still, once again, it's vegetables or vegetable-based probiotics. It may not get to your gut as well. So I'll kind of share with you something that I've been using for the past 3 years. And I know you're probably going to think, well, you're just trying to promote this product. And I'm going to tell you, I'm really, really, really kind of like honest with why I use certain things. Now, I will be honest with this. I was using one that I bought, was the most inexpensive probiotic at Whole Foods. It was really inexpensive. In fact, it was so affordable. It was like 11 bucks, right? And they stopped it. They continued it. And then all of them now are 27 on up. So, I work with doctors, but that doesn't mean I get a doctor's salary, right? So I couldn't get it anymore. And I noticed during that time when I wasn't getting it was one of my immune builders. It was what was keeping me well, because prior to losing the weight, I was always sick. I had bronchitis, I had the flu all the time, I had colds, I'm feeling bad, mood swings, all kinds of stuff. So, and I do take other supplements, and I really don't want to take another pill. So when I was introduced to Victoria's Best Probiotic Complete Tea, what I like about it is that it is a different type of probiotic. It's a spore base. So spore base means that the actual bacteria is covered with a coating, and it can go through your stomach, past all the acids, go straight to your intestines where it should be. It is patented. So, and I'll give you links to the actual company, and you can kind of see where they started from, the science behind it. It can also help with assimilating protein. Now, a lot of people are into the plant proteins now, and someone gave this to me as a gift, so I'm not really promoting that. Just know that I will put a link there. I'm not getting anything from the company, but it's an organic protein, It's plant-based, it's got your greens, and it's got all that, especially for people that don't like a lot of vegetables. But I will say that there are studies that show that plant protein doesn't assimilate in your body. It doesn't absorb as well as whey protein. But then a lot of people can't have whey protein. I use a Waybase. This one is I'm not going to even show you the label because it's a doctor one that I use with patients. I love this one. I really do. It's the best tasting shake I've ever had. And it's a good way to get protein, get nutrients. Food is going everywhere. I'm not going to really try to trip on this, but it can be frightening that you go to the store and there's nothing there. I will say this, I went to my neighborhood store and all the junk food was there. I was like, yes, yeah, they're doing it because we have hurricanes here all the time. And usually junk food is the first thing that goes. And all the good stuff is still in the freezer cases, all the frozen vegetables, all, everything. This time, like everything that was healthy was gone. You know why? That's what one positive thing about this virus crisis is that people are like, oh no, we are not eating this junk. We are going to make sure that we boost our immune system. So I'm really happy. I'm going to give you all some kudos on that. You deserve that. Anyway, I'm not sure if all the stores are like that, but I'm just kind of telling you, giving you some kudos. So once again, I use this because it helps. Now, it does have lots of other herbs and teas. All of the, so I'll show you what it looks like. It's in a tea bag like this, and I'll kind of read it to you. It has organic, all of it's organic. Organic holy basil, organic spearmint, organic rose hips, organic lemon myrtle, organic linen blossoms, organic ginger root, and of course it's got the they call it Ganondin BC30. It's a probiotic. I love it. You just take one of these. It's for 28 days. I do it every day. I've been doing this for 3 years. Now I will admit, stress will really ruin. I won't say ruin. It influences your immune system. And I will admit this, I hadn't had the flu. Once again, I told you, prior, before I lost the 100 pounds, I did get the flu. It's been 13 years now. I didn't get the flu until a year and a half ago. And I'm embarrassed to say that it was due to stress. I was working a lot of hours. I wasn't drinking my tea. I wasn't taking my nutrients. This was really the main thing that was really helping me. And I felt, now mind you, when I had the flu years ago, okay, I felt I had the flu. It was more like a bad cold. The stuff now, remember, the viruses and the strains get bigger. They get more powerful. I felt like a truck hit me. And so I'm thinking that with this virus that's going on right now, I mean, if people, it's hitting people at different levels. It depends on your health. There's a couple strains within the coronavirus too. So, they've studied that. There's a couple strains. So one is a little bit harsher and one of it's a little bit milder. That's why all of us, whether you're younger, you guys think you're invincible. No, you're going around, make sure that you're home, make sure that you're doing things because you don't want to get older people sick. You don't want to get people that have compromised immune systems to get sick. People that are taking medications, they usually have a reason why. They have a medical condition, and so we don't want to harm them. And that's one reason why, too, we want to make sure our immune systems are working well. So anything else I've got here? Oh, so what I wanted to show you is this tea. What you can do is you can have it cold. So this is my cold version. I love it cold. I'm not a hot tea drinker, but usually just to de-stress, I will make a hot cup. And I do have my cup here. So I'll put my tea bag in here. This is my hot cup, my hot water. And it is hot. And then what I do to sweeten it, you can use a little honey, or you can use, I like Purevia. That's one of my favorites. A lot of the stevias are pretty, how do I say this? Really kind of like harsh, kind of bitter, but this is one of my favorites. So I just put a little stevia in, and then I just take my spoon and kind of roll it around. And let me taste it. Really good. It's really mild. And all of the herbals, teas that are in here, now mind you, there's 7 of them. So when you're looking at buying all these teas, why would you do that? The actual herbs help with inflammation. They help with lowering your blood sugar. They help with getting rid of viruses and bacteria. Totally. Like, a natural antibiotic. I'm not going to say don't take, of course you're going to take antibiotics if your doctor tells you, but I'm going to tell you something about antibiotics. They can almost like deplete your immune system too. And that's another thing that happened to me. I think, with the fact that I wasn't taking this, I had a tooth problem and they gave me some antibiotics, which I hadn't had in years, and I think it weakened my immune system. There's a lot of things that's going to weaken our immune systems. We're not all free from this, right? So this is a crisis we're all going through. I'm trying not to be afraid. I'm sure you are too. We don't know what the outcome is going to be. A lot of us are out of work. Was sent home. So I'm self-employed. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to use what I have. If I do run out of some of my foods, I've got my protein shakes, I've got some veggies, I've got my avocados to keep me full. I've got a lot of stuff. I got my water. And I have friends and people around the neighborhood. I'm sure that we can, put some kind of big thing to guard us while we exchange toilet paper. Anyway, I love you all. Please take care. And, we got to make some fun with this because otherwise we'd be crying. So I love you. Please take care. Please protect yourself. Please make sure you try this too. I think you'll like it. I hate pills, don't you? You could get this in a cup. Oh, and all you need is one every day. You want to drink it within 30 minutes. All right, love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.